they have rights?
Maybe second chance.
So you got the office.
And a third.
Senator, what do you hope to hear from Secretary Rubio? We'll get you right there. What do you hope to hear from Secretaries Rubio and Hegseth today?
Well, as we say in the courtroom, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I hope there's full disclosure. The American people need and deserve to hear from them directly, even though today it will be just the senators. And I hope whatever we hear today can be told to the American people.
What type of questions do you have for Secretary Hegseth or Rubio?
What is the end game? What's the strategy in putting this armada, 1/7 of our total naval strength, in the Caribbean, and why are we killing people on these boats? What are they carrying? Where are they going? Who's on them? Who's behind them?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What's that?
morning, Senator. What do you hope to hear from Secretaries Rubio and Hegseth today?
Well,
Sure, I can do both.
Tuesday. Test 1 2 test 1 2 test 1 2.
All the Kevins. We have two Kevins here today. Okay.
Like everyone was like, it's
they pass a discharge.
How much did that without damage?
But people read it, like people want to know. Speaking of ACA,
This is if we're gonna talk 1 2 1 2 1 2. A shark use 1 2. This is 1 2.
heard it here first.
That was great. Way to go, everyone.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. All good?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chairman.
No questions. No questions. The meetings were great.
Regime establishing itself.
That's right.
Any statement for the new regime?
Cookies every week. Why not? Why do them? Why do it just cookies just for the election? We should have cookies every week.
Better parking.
Sounds good to me.
Better parking, more cookie. You good? Good?
Best picture, I'll take all day.
The Steelers win? Oh, they crushed last night, didn't they? We killed them, yeah.
Are you from Pittsburgh?
Yes, super, super.
Menominee. Okay, very, very. No, my family grew up in Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, how about you?
Nothing far, of course. Yeah.
Southfield Village Mall.
What's that?
Southfield Village Mall.
Yep, Southfield Village Mall, Century Mall. Yeah, grandma's lived right on the hook anyway. Right.
That's awesome.
I feel like checking it out. You know what I mean? Yeah. He has a good shot.
Right.
Yeah.
As long as you can keep up, it's like kind of the biggest.
Yeah. Make it up and down the court. the election go?
What's that?
How did the election go?
I won.
You did?
Yes.
Congrats.
Thank you for your vote.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It's very exciting. So I'm vice chair now, and I'll be chairman next year.
This is your first time?
Well, 2027, I guess. Hey!
This is going to be your first time sharing it?
I chaired it like 11 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, a long time ago.
When did you start here? Covering the Hill?
I started covering the Hill in 2011. Driving, how are you? Like a nice cold sweater. Soft, scratchy. I mean, it's weird that I don't know about it. This is your spot. Should we still come out? Texted you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. We should be able to do that.
that was the one thing that I decided to do. Like, sell this for at cost.
Next time, yeah.
Yeah, but now I gotta figure out what to do.
You're like
Yeah.
well, not this time.
So, everything about it.
We're good.
Like, it could end right now and just, like, having it exist.
Yeah. Also, like, it's almost like
Oh, yeah. Oh, and also,
Sorry, I should have mentioned it, but I also plan on being there when you were given it, and then I got the videos there. I forgot to tell you. Yeah, she's so cute. She like has leftover batter, so she made me like these little hearts. But then she has some stuff all over the bottle. She's like, I told him you can't even open it until you're home. See, he inhales them. Yeah, he loves them. Oh.
I'm more interested in Kelly. Although I guess off all week except for Friday. I asked for all those days.
Chairman Wicker, can you come to the poll camera?
Great. Good. Great. Thank you for your support.
Senator, can you get your full camera?
Do you believe that boat strikes are necessary after this briefing?
So what the briefing taught us is that the targeting system that our military and intelligence community has built for the last 24 years is exquisite at finding, finishing, and fixing bad guys. If we're going to call into question the paradigm with which we are targeting these boats, which I'll add is a very precise paradigm, throughout the Obama years, we used this targeting system to find and kill a lot of bad guys all over the world. And if the political bodies of this nation want to take an opinion on designated terrorist organizations or whether the president has the authority to do this, that's fine. But to go after Admiral Bradley, to go after the brave men and women in uniform who are conducting these attacks is to indict the very system that was used bipartisanly for the last 24 years. I personally was involved in many of these operations, from kinetic strikes to direct action operations. And the process we have is legally sound. It's been supported by legal opinions for a quarter century now of how we find these people, we fix them, and we finish them. And keep in mind, if we don't drop a bomb and we decide to interdict, as is being said by many folks, we have an obligation to send a team to interdict. When we make that decision, you're putting our lives at risk. You're putting Americans' lives at risk. Just about a year and a half ago, you remember 2 SEALs were killed interdicting a vessel at night in the Red Sea. Interdicting a vessel underway is perhaps the most dangerous mission we have in our entire military inventory. When we task our commandos to go out and attack a vessel underway, that's an incredibly high-risk mission. So when folks say, well, we should be interdicting, that's easy for you to say here in this building between 2 cups of cappuccinos. It's a lot harder to send that 24-year-old operator out there who's got a wife and kids and tell him in the middle of the night you got to fast up out of a helicopter, scuba dive under a ship, climb up the side of that, and fight your way onto a vessel, because we're more worried about the lives of drug dealers than we are our own people. And that's a high-risk mission. That's.
They've been doing that.
Oh, you're a professional at this? So she knows how the Coast Guard interdicts vessels. This is great. The reality is interdicting a vessel is high risk, any which way you cut it, whether you send the Coast Guard and FBI, or whether you send the Navy SEALs to do it. It's a high-risk mission. And I'll add, when we find, fish, and finish terrorist targets, this is a designated terrorist organization. The deadliest day in the history of the SEALs was in Wardak Promise 2011. We sent in SEALs in a helicopter because the kinetic strike intelligence said, we're going to send a team in instead. Instead of bombing the building and killing the terrorists, we're going to send a team in. And by sending a team in, that helicopter was shot down on short final, deadliest day in the history of special operations, because our team made the decision, the right decision at the time, that we were going to send a team in and conduct a capture kill instead of a kinetic strike. So making the decision to not strike and instead send Americans in, that's a decision the commander can make. That's within his authority to do so. But we have to recognize that carries risks too. And we've been doing this for 25 years, and if we're going to question the legal process and the procedural process to target bad guys that this administration is using, then all of you better start cracking open every single Obama kinetic strike that happened over 8 years of Obama, because he was active. I deployed under all 5 of my deployments were under Barack Obama. Then you're going to have to crack open every single bomb that Obama dropped because it was the exact same process. In many cases, the same people. So it's about time we forget the political games. Americans do not want drugs coming to the country. We absolutely talked about Venezuela because Venezuela is not just a drug cartel government. It's a transnational sponsor of crime. It's a transnational cooperator with Iran, with Russia, with China, and uses its ability to flood our nation with drugs to weaken our country and harm our people. So this is a legal process. The legal process supports what they're doing, and we're going to keep doing it until they're gone.
Is the goal regime change? Did they tell you that?
Think about it. Watch out.
Okay, good morning. Look, I reiterated my demand of Secretary Hegseth in front of all 100 senators that he allow every senator to see the unedited version, the unedited video of what happened on September 2nd. He refused. The administration came to this briefing empty-handed. That's the major question that we face. And if they can't be transparent on this, how can you trust their transparency on all the other issues swirling about in the Caribbean? Every senator is entitled to see it. If there is no problem with sources and methods, because the senators will see it in the skiff. I also believe that every American should see an appropriate version of this, of the unedited, they should see an appropriate version of what happened on September the 2nd. I saw it. It was deeply troubling. In my Gang of 8 meeting last week, I asked Secretary Hegseth, let every senator see it. He said he'd think about it. Today, he came up with no answer and no tape.
So he officially said
His reasoning was that it might give things away that shouldn't be. I respect classification. When you do it in the skiff, that argument is undercut. It's just with senators in the skiff.
Can you help us understand if they gave any rationale of what the end goal of these strikes actually is? I imagine
Look,
the question you
that's
asked.
and I sat through this briefing once before last week. We do not, their policies in the Caribbean are unclear. We don't know what the limits are. We don't know where they'll stop. We don't know what the ultimate goal is. The president says different things at different times and contradicts himself. That's why we need full transparency, at least to the 100 senators, and much more transparency to the American people. We don't want another endless war. We don't want to stumble into something, and given Trump's erratic back and forth on this issue, I worry about that. So do many Americans.
Did you commit to holding another briefing, sir? Did Ukraine come up at all, Senator? Are you serious? Did you actually? Yeah. Okay. My arm. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. That's pretty good. I didn't realize. Well, I should have realized.
Good.
Just in case.
on the hill.
Senator Mullen, you're right here.
Why wasn't this video shown to the senators?
Because, well, it has been made to those with jurisdiction. Not every senator has the same clarification. We all get a TS, but depends on your classification of the committee that you're in that has jurisdiction over it. Now, every senator can go get read in. Every senator can be asked, but to hold it as a whole because of sensitivity, not of the strike, but of the assets that was used, it's not available to everybody. That's why we have committees of jurisdiction over certain areas.
Isn't that your oversight responsibility to understand
Each committee?
that happened?
Well, not everybody's on Intel, and there's a reason. But not everybody's on Intel. You know that. You've been up here covering that for a long time. You know committees have certain jurisdiction. So the question you're asking is why? They don't have jurisdiction over it.
It's not a jurisdiction question, it's a classification question.
It is a classification issue. Listen, let's talk about the whole big picture here. We do because I'm on the committee that has jurisdiction over it.
Don't have the right.
Not everybody's able to go on the Intel skiff either. You know this. How long you been up here covering this?
Okay, but a full senator briefing.
But this is a full. You asked about the video. I told you about the video. Why it's not being sold. And if you don't like the answer, I can't help that. I don't make the classification.
I'm trying to understand it. I'm trying to understand it.
I told you the classification of it. I'm not trying to be combatant here, guys. It's the classification of it. If you don't like the classification, talk to the White House about it.
Did they talk about what the stated goal is?
Let's talk about the whole picture here as a whole. Guys, I'm losing patience on the whole thing because I think it's ridiculous that we're having this conversation because underneath Obama, he had 500 strikes, 3,700 different individuals were killed. There wasn't a big show about this. What you guys are all upset about is the hemisphere that's working in. The hemisphere is these are drug terrorist organizations. The same people that Obama went after, some people we've been over for the last 24 years, were terrorist organizations that were wanting to kill Americans. There has been more Americans killed because of these terrorist cartels drugging our streets, drugging every one of your all streets, every one of your all's towns, every one of the audience's towns. They killed more people in 2024 on our streets than we lost in the entire Vietnam War for U.S. personnel. These are terrorist organizations that are poisoning our streets. The president has the authority to do so. The argument is it's too close to our shores. Does anybody doubt that these are terrorist organizations? Does anybody have a question about these being terrorist organizations? So what's the difference between Obama attacking these individuals when they were deemed terrorist organizations in the Middle East versus the ones that are here right now poisoning our streets? That's what the whole conversation is about.
My question,
What? Go ahead.
is when it comes to, is it about stopping drug trafficking?
Yes.
Or is it about, as Susie Wiles said in an interview, making Maduro cry uncle?
No, it is about, we have 20, there's a difference. Maduro is sponsoring the drugs flowing through. The other 23 terrorist organizations are cartels that are poisoning our streets. So it's the bigger picture of the whole thing. It's about stopping the drugs poisoning our streets.
Senator,
yes, go ahead.
In terms of a congressional oversight matter, did they tell you what their ultimate goal was?
Just to make our streets safe.
But what are they going to, in terms of going into Venezuela, regime change?
No, we never said about, that was never a conversation.
Senator, this would be clear.
Go ahead.
You're voting on the NDAA that has substantial punishment for the Secretary if he does not release the video or share the execute orders. That wasn't shared in this briefing,
the Secretary in this administration, I'm going to support the NDA. This administration, this is the 22nd bipartisan briefing between both chambers that this administration has briefed on. 22nd. This is a full briefing here, and tomorrow they're briefing the committees of jurisdiction is going to show the video. The committee of jurisdiction that has the clearances to watch it. That's because of the assets, the sensitivity of it. Not every member, as I'll say again, has all the same clearances because they're not on the committee of jurisdiction. When I was on Intel, I had separate access to information that not every member have. When you're on SASC or you're on HASC, you have separate information that not every senator has. However, any senator can be asked to be read in on it if they choose to.
Every senator has the authority to authorize war.
Go ahead, Chad.
Is health care done for the year?
I don't know. I think it's highly unlikely, Chad, because we have the NOMS to do today, we have NDAA still to do, and we're trying to get on the package. I think healthcare, trying to get to healthcare before the Christmas recess will probably be hard. Go ahead.
I mean, you said that certain senators have committees of jurisdiction.
Yes, we know this.
Right, we know this. But every senator has the authority to authorize war. They can vote to authorize war.
Sure they can.
You vote over their budget. And
authorization to vote is different.
Why not give everybody the access to to this information that could inform their key votes.
Yeah,
on
because
these
there's a lot of members that's going to walk out of there that's going to leak classified information, and there's got to be certain ones that you hold accountable. So not everybody can go through the same background checks that need to be able to get cleared on this. Do you think Omar needs to have all this information? I will say no.
Is that what they said?
No, they don't say. That's my opinion.
I should have backed it up.
Go ahead.
Back it up, but you're saying, I just want to back that up. You're saying that senators can't, U.S. senators, current senators can't be
I don't know.
with classified
Well,
information.
do they leak? They call you guys and leak. And some of this stuff, tell me, there's no, I'm just saying, you guys answer your own question.
I don't know.
Is there any
leaking
information? There is stuff that gets leaked out of classified meetings all the time, and you guys know that.
But you don't think that they're trying to overclassify it to deny the public this information?
Because I said it as soon as I walked to the mic. Because of the sensitivity of some of the equipment that were being used and the techniques, it's at a highly classified level. I said that as soon as I came here. It has nothing to do with overclassifying it. This administration has been highly transparent, a lot more transparent than the Obama administration, the Biden administration on all this stuff. And for you guys to be upset about it, I'll repeat myself. The only reason why this is a thing is because the hemisphere to which they're operating in. Because no one threw a big fit about this when it was happening in the Middle East. Yes.
Did Secretary Hegseth talk about what kind of drugs were on the boat allegedly? Was it fentanyl? Because
I know. We've always heard it's been mainly cocaine. It doesn't matter. It's drugs.
How many deaths are attributed to cocaine?
To what?
How many deaths have been attributed to cocaine overdoses?
I don't know. What's the difference? It's a drug.
Did the briefers provide any timetable for how long these targeted strikes could last?
As long as there's still boats poisoning our streets, coming to our towns, dropping the drugs off, they're going to continue these strikes.
Is the goal regime change?
Yes, I am okay with
it. Is the goal regime change?
That wasn't the conversation.
Does Congress have any role to play? Like, if they continue striking the boats, or is there any level in which you will step in, Congress will step in and say, okay, we need to authorize this?
We've been using this same technique for 24 years. And nothing has changed except the hemisphere to what we're operating in. That's it. You have a question?
Naval assets to stay in the region?
Yes, and they should be. I mean, think about this. We have ARC aircraft carriers operating in our hemisphere now, not in other hemispheres. I like the idea that they're right here. I like the idea that they're not only doing that, but we're also getting China's attention too by overfishing our international waters close to our shores. So I love the idea that we have these assets right around. It makes me feel cozy when I sleep at night.
But walk me through this idea. You say we've been using
do what? Sorry.
Walk me through this idea. If we've been using the same authorization for 24 years.
Yes.
There's been a lot of criticism that those two authorizations, 01 and 02, are calcified. If it's that important, as you've laid out the case here, why not do an authorization that is unique to this if the threat is as dire as you suggest?
There isn't any other authorization that's required. They have been deemed a terrorist organization. We didn't deem terrorist organizations based on the hemisphere that they're operating in, Chad. We deemed the organizations terrorists, or we didn't.
Based on a strike on the World Trade Center in 2001.
Yeah, that happened here.
And
that happened here, and we said we'll go after terrorist organizations no matter where they're operating. They're killing our loved ones, our families, and our friends on our own streets. There are terrorist organizations. There's been 24 of them deemed terrorist organizations, and we're going to use the authority we have. No, not at all.
Do you support a strike on Venezuela against Maduro?
No, not against Maduro. Do I agree going after chemical facilities that's on shore? Absolutely, I will. Do I want to commit troops to Venezuela? Absolutely not.
Did they tell you to expect that? Did they tell you to expect land strikes?
Sorry?
Did they tell you in that room to expect land strikes?
No, that wasn't the conversation. But I would support it. I'm just saying I have to run. Yes.
The big picture question here is that did the U.S. do something? And I understand your point about the Obama administration. We're dealing with this administration and what's happening now. You're a senator now. Values, American values. Do you believe that it's a clear part of American policy that we should not kill defenseless individuals?
They're not defenseless. The weapon that they're bringing is but you said defenseless. They're not defenseless. These aren't our brothers and sisters that's trafficking it. They're killing our brothers and sisters. I have zero feelings for someone that's poisoning our streets.
I'm talking about what is the American value?
What
in general is that
I will do anything to protect my family.
Okay.
Anything to protect my family. They're bringing poison into our streets. It's affected everybody that's standing here. Everybody here has been affected by someone that has been affected by drug overdose. I promise you have, because it's that outrageous. I have zero problem sitting in the bottom of the ocean, and I hope they rot in hell for it, because they know what they're doing when they get on that boat and they're trafficking the drugs to our streets. Do you think they care about our family? Heck no. They don't care,
to
and
err
so
on
I
the-
don't care about
err
them.
on- err- That's what, is it better to err on the side of fatal strikes, even if
No,
people
there is
might be
check.
defenseless?
Absolutely not. There is
Okay,
a lot of
that's my
checks.
question.
There's a lot of checks and balances that go in place. Every boat that's coming across the Caribbean, we're not striking. There's some of them that we decide to have interdiction with the Coast Guard because they don't make all their criteria. There's multiple layers of criteria before we actually decide to make that strike. There's multiple criteria that take place. If one of them's not missing, then we do interdiction.
Senator, did Ukraine
Yes,
come up in
and there's
there?
been more interdiction over this same period than we have actually had strikes.
Did Ukraine
Yes.
come up in there, or was this
No,
only on?
no, and I'm sorry, I gotta go.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Well, I have a little bit different view, I think, probably than
What was
Senator
the, I
Mullins.
mean, the senator said that the videos were not released simply because people are at different levels of classification.